What's happening, guys? Welcome to another episode of Rue's Reviews, and today we are chatting about the BM project by BaKoRe Magic. So, let's get into this. So before I start, I should obviously give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Brown Bear Leather Goods. You can check out all the description below to where you can find them, as well as my special unique discount code. But today I thought I'd start by doing something a little bit different. So let's do a little competition. Today's competition is for AR Psychic. AR Psychic is a really cool little fun app, super cheap, super fun just to play around with when you're at a friend's house or maybe after a gig with a client, just for a bit of a laugh. What AR Psychic actually stands for is Augmented Reality Psychic. What this app does is it allows you to have a spectator think of a roll of a dice, or maybe a playing card, or any custom thing. There is also custom settings within the app. You give them your phone, you can see on the screen the spectator's face, and these little green spirals appear in their eyes. They touch the screen, the spirals start going, and then a little thought bubble pops up with whatever they are thinking in it. Really cool. This isn't a super expensive app. In fact, it's the cheapest app I've ever seen. It's less than $1. Hear that? 99 cents is what this app will cost you. But because I'm a giving man, you guys know that, I am actually offering one of you the chance to win this app free of charge. You don't even have to spend 99 cents. The competition will run for a week, as it always does, and just comment below with how you would use this app. Bearing in mind there are custom options for how you can get this app to work. It isn't just set to dice or cards, there are custom options as well. So, get in the pot, leave your comments, and hopefully one of you guys will win that app. I should point out first that this app is only available for iPhone X and above. This is currently an issue which is ongoing with the developer, but that should be sorted out soon. But if you have an iPhone X or above, you can enter this competition. So here we go, BM Project by BaKoRe Magic. I should point out now that BaKoRe Magic is formed by 3 of the world's leading mentalists. You have Chaim Goldenberg, you have Guy Bavley, and you have Amir Lustig. BM Project actually stands for BaKoRe Magic, but it also stands for something else which you will learn once you buy the project. What this project is, essentially it focuses in on a specific principle, and this is a principle that you can use for your Zoom and online shows. Now, we all know the world has gone a bit crazy due to COVID-19. I myself have been doing online shows for about 6 months now. It's quite a while. There have been hundreds of shows literally that have been done in that time, and I'm always looking for new things, and as such creators are developing new things to work on the online sphere. You know, that's just how it works. You know, a new medium develops, people will create for that medium. This BM principle really neatens up a lot of things that you could be performing in your online and Zoom shows. Now, I should say that it is sort of limited to your online and Zoom shows, but you could, if you had a stage show, perform this on stage with the right lighting and a nice camera setup. You could have that if you have everything under your control. This isn't something that you can perform in person. The principle itself is actually quite an old principle that if you're a magician, you would know about this principle, but it's taken and used within mentalism, which is really cool. Obviously, magicians will probably buy this and just use it for magic purposes as well. But what you're getting here is something that can be easily translated into mentalism and easily be worked into your online shows. But with that in mind, I should say that there are a little bit of arts and crafts involved. Not too much. In fact, we're not talking Sans Minds level of arts and crafts here. We're talking very basic arts and crafts. Everything that they needed in the video, everything I needed, I had in my office. As a mentalist, we're used to cutting and making things. That's just how it works. So yeah, I just needed to get one little thing and I was sorted. And that little thing was super, super cheap. So, really bare minimal arts and crafts to make this principle work. The first time this project and idea was brought to my attention was when Leo Sachard performed virtually on the James Corden show. I think it was sort of like a clip that was circulating Facebook and online. And I initially sort of thought of how I would perform what he was performing. And when I got the project, I was correct. It was exactly what I'd hoped it was. And the way Leo performed it really was cool, really engaging, it really worked, and that's what sold it to me, and I knew that I'd be able to put that directly into my Zoom shows without any issue. As I said before, you will have to play with the lighting and maybe camera positioning in your online shows. Not that you need to position your camera in any weird way, but there's just different options for maybe overhead cameras and cameras that are in front of you. I myself just use a camera that's in front of me, so it's really nice, straightforward, but people who use different cameras and multiple cameras for their Zoom shows will have one that's overhead as well, probably. And again, the lighting setup, probably the biggest and most important thing that you need to get right when working with this project. It's very simple, a few little tweaks. I got it down in under half an hour, so yeah, completely fine. But just take your time, make sure the lighting is good, and you can perform this online for your shows. So the instructions, what are the instructions like for this project? Well, extremely relaxed. It feels like I'm in a pub with three friends and we're just chatting about this project. It's really nice. Chaim, Guy and Amir are just chatting in three little screens, and it's so relaxed. At one point, Chaim starts shaving with an electric razor, which I thought was hilarious. Really funny though, just chatting casually, he just picks up an electric razor and starts shaving. It's almost like he forgot that he was in instructions for a minute. But yeah, really cool, really fun, really laid back instructions. What you also get with this project, apart from them chatting about the principle and how to use it, you also get 3 routines and applications as well. Now let's get into these 3 routines for a minute. So the first routine is a colour matchup. Chaim Goldberg teaches you the very basic routine that you can do using the BM principle. This routine is probably the basic, the sort of flagship effect with this project. Really nice, really simple, really easy to do. Colours are shown, there are like 6 cards, different colours on them, and you have cards in your hand which are different colours. You then give them a mix up and the spectator tells you where to place these cards face down against which colours that are already on the table. And you can sort of get them to switch, they can change their mind as many times as they like. You turn the colours over and they all match. Really simple, really easy effect. The next is an ESP matchup. Amir Lustig teaches you how to do this really clean ESP matchup, much in the similar vein of the colour matchup that you saw before, but he has a really cool way of getting this principle into play. What you need to make this work, he has it all set up, it's all out in the open, people can see everything, but he has a really cool way of getting everything into play. And there's also a really nice moment with the final card as well, which gives it more of a sense of freedom. It's just a super clean, really nice and direct ESP matchup routine. I think this is the main thing with these product ideas, is that if you've got a routine, you can neaten that up for virtual and online shows without having it look too fiddly or convoluted. Routine number 3 is a confabulation routine performed by Guy Bavley. This was my most favourite idea out of the 3. The performance wasn't my favourite. I think there was a lot of moves that were maybe slightly excess on the table. If you watch the performance, there's a lot of moving things around that probably didn't need to be moved around. That was just me watching it. But the actual idea was super cool. I think the setup would take a lot longer, and I wasn't a fan of the setup. In fact, there's a 1-card confabulation which he teaches at the end, which we'll come on to in a little bit, which is my most favourite way. Also, you need an assistant with a guy's performance of this confabulation routine. So yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of the assistants and all that sort of stuff, and the setup, but definitely my most favourite of the 3 ideas so far. There's also a really nice touch at the end where the prediction is written in a different colour ink to all the other things that are written down on the table. That's a really nice, subtle psychological ploy that really helps sell the final effect. So, apart from those 3 routines taught, you also get applications as well. The first application is a way of cleanly forcing a number. This could be used in a cryptext type effect. If you know Chaim Goldberg's cryptext, I suggest you go out and get that because it is genius. But you can use it in something like that, or just to casually force a number. Now, the way that this is set out means that you could do this separate from other effects using the BM principle, which means it looks very clean. You can do forcing a number or forcing something using this idea, and then move on to something still using the BM principle, but it would look totally different to how you've just done it for forcing a number. The next effect is the invisible deck. Now, we all know the invisible deck. We all know how strong it is. This routine just basically makes it look a hell of a lot cleaner. There's a really cool way of ringing in the principle for the BM project into your Zoom setting, and I really like how this is so easy. Like I watching him explain it, this is Amir teaching you this, watching Amir explain how he's doing everything and you not seeing it even though you're watching the camera is crazy. It's a really weird feeling to be tricked whilst you're learning something. It's really cool, and if you're looking for a super clean hands-off version of the Invisible Deck, this would be the one to go to. And finally, the one card confabulation. This was probably my favourite out of the lot of them, especially compared to the confabulation that was done earlier, which seemed a bit long-winded and there was sort of like an assistance needed and all this sort of stuff. This is one card, no assistance needed, really cool and direct. Yeah, I really like this one card confabulation routine. There's an additional bonus, which is absolutely genius. There's a top cam review from Chaim Goldenberg, and he's looking down and he's got an envelope, and he does his confabulation routine with an envelope that's been in full view the entire time. It's absolutely mind-blowing how he gets this envelope into play, the gimmick and everything into play right in front of the camera, right in front of your eyes, and you don't see anything. All the information is inside this envelope. They can see inside the envelope. There's nothing else. Takes out one piece of paper and it's everything that they've said throughout the course of your routine or whatever your performance is. Really, really cool ideas for confabulation using the BM project. So not only do you get all these amazing routines taught in the BM project, as well as a wealth of knowledge by Chaim, Guy and Amir, you also get access to the Facebook group. Now, we all know when it comes to creating a project, and especially a project that's based on a single principle, you need a Facebook group. And this Facebook group really goes above and beyond. This is the main nub of what you're getting with the BM project. People sharing the ideas and where they're taking this initial principle and where they're moving with it. There's always stuff being updated. All the creators are in that project, Chaim, Guy and Amir. They're always commenting. They're always putting in their little tidbits of information and always contributing. And everyone else is doing it as well. There's so many contributions by so many people in that group that group alone is worth the price of this project. And a lot of it is coming from people that are out there doing it and working it and performing it, because let's be honest, you wouldn't be buying this effect unless you were going out there and doing online and virtual shows. So yeah, the Facebook group alone, seriously worth the price of this project. So there we go, guys. That was a BM project by BaKoRe Magic. I have nothing else to say. If you're doing virtual shows, you need to put this principle into your shows. It cleans everything up and it will spawn new ideas and new thinking, maybe to create new ideas for performances or routines or something you could structure your show around. I really am having fun messing with this. This is going into my show next month. I haven't had a chance to film anything yet for you guys, but hopefully I can get some sort of performance up at some point. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to where I can take this principle and contributing to the Facebook group as well. So details are below in the description where you can find BM Project by BaKoRe Magic. And also remember to leave your comments in the comments section regarding the AR Psychic competition. The app competition runs from today, which is Monday, till next Monday. That's 7 days to get your answers in to win that app as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Ciao.